Hey everybody, it's ARMEDxKANGAROO, and we're going to be talking about the Hatfields and the McCoys. It is an American dispute, happened back in the 1800s. So we're going to be talking about that, and I'm going to say the first two, the big dogs, I like to call them. The Hatfields, the father of I think they had 12 kids, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere around that number, and his name was William Anderson Hatfield, known as Devil Anse. He was a timber merchant, and he employed some of the McCoys, which it was a big argument, and I'll tell you how it started here in a minute. And on the McCoy side, we have Randolph Old Randall McCoy. He owned land and livestock. So yeah, that's big. The livestock plays a big part of this. So, his Randolph, his brother Asa Harmon McCoy, was murdered. His brother also served in the Civil War as a traitor with the Union. He was murdered in 1865. So, I thought that may be a possible start of the dispute, but it doesn't really say. It was kind of a fuel to the fire at that point, because they have been arguing for a while. After that, that's really what started the anger in it. And then in 1878, Floyd Hatfield, which I don't know his relation to William. But he was accused of stealing a McCoy pig, which, as you know, Randolph McCoy, he owned land and livestock, so that was his pig that they stole. And Randolph accused Floyd Hatfield of doing that. And then, Sam and Paris McCoy, which are the nephews of Randolph, killed Bill Stanton, there was a Floyd Hatfield went on trial for stealing the pig, and there was in the jury there was 6 McCoys and 6 Hatfields, so there would be an equal amount of votes. And Bill Stanton, he was tied into it. I think he was I'm not really sure. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I think he was the final say. He had the final authority on what would happen, and he proved Floyd Hatfield innocent of stealing the pig. There was not enough. He went on trial, and there was not enough evidence, supposedly saying that it was him. So then Sam and Paris McCoy, which we believe, I think it was only Sam, killed Bill Stanton. And yeah, that was pretty bad. And Sam was never proven guilty, so he was also in it. There wasn't enough innocent. He also went on trial. Another interesting thing: John C. Hatfield, son of Devil Anse or William Anderson Hatfield, was at an election. He met Rosanna McCoy, who was Randolph's daughter. They hit it off, and she was pregnant, and he just ran off to be with Nancy McCoy, which was the cousin of Rosanna. So he was a player, and he went and he was with Rosanna, and then he left her to be with Nancy. So this is huge. Then Ellison Hartfield. Why do I keep calling it Hartfield? It's not Hartfield. It's Hatfield. Excuse me. I'm really sorry about that. Ellison Hatfield died in a dispute on an election day, and it was a battle fought over. It was a battle that was fought, and over 50 shots were fired. So there was 3 McCoy brothers and 2 Hatfield brothers that were there, and they fought. They were fighting over something which we do not know what it was, and all three of the McCoy brothers died in the incident because shots were fired. Ellison Hatfield died because he got shot in the back, and he died. So I'm not sure if the one other Hatfield brother killed three of them or what was. I don't really know. I don't know on that one. But Cap Hatfield, the son of William Hatfield, and his friend Jim Vance attacked the McCoys' home on New Year's Day in 1888. Calvin and Alifair were killed in the ambush on 1888 New Year's Day. So that killed two. But on that same attack, Randolph McCoy escaped, but his wife Sarah McCoy was badly beaten with a crushed skull. So they captured her and probably ended up killing her. I don't really know quite that much. But after this happened, 8 Hatfields and some of their supporters were sentenced to life in prison because they were proven guilty of the murders and the beatings. So Ellison Mounts, who was believed to be the son of Ellison Hatfield, was sentenced to death, which Ellison Mounts, the son who was believed to be the son of Ellison Hatfield, was believed to be mentally challenged. So we not know that for sure. He was just believed to be that. Ellison Mounts was hung on February 18th, 1890. So it probably ended after they all went to jail, because there was nobody left to fight. Now, far as the fathers, I do not know what happened between them. They never really fought. But I really do want to say something before I show some stuff. Show one thing, actually. There is a show going on, right? It's a three show, 3-day show. Premiere, I guess, of the Hatfields and McCoys story on the History Channel. I believe there's part 2 is on tonight. You can watch part 1 tonight too. I'm recording all 3 parts, and it's interesting because it's an American legend. Okay, and this happened right after the Civil War, and it was just a dispute over the hog and the murder of Asa McCoy. So there was some heat into that, and there was a fire that was lit, and it just totally took off from there. And it happened it was started in 1865, or it really started in 1865, and it ended in 1890. So, if you can calculate the years there, that'd be 15 years, wouldn't it? 15 years. No, 25 years. 25 years? Is that right? Yeah, 25 years. Dang, I think that's 25 years. Is that 25 years? Sorry, I didn't really think about that one. Yeah, 25 years. It took 25 years to end it, and that was intense. So I had 2 separate pieces of paper that I was reading off, and I did them in chronological, you get it, order. And I thought it's a really cool story, and I don't learn this in school because I don't know. I guess it didn't really change America. It just was an example of how it was back then. There was a government that would look over like situations like this, but there's no exact. They never knew how to control it. You can go on trial, but we don't have the technology like we do now. There was no camera sitting up in a corner recording what happened, because that's a piece of evidence. But we didn't have that back then. So now I'm gonna show where I got all the information. I got all this information from History Channel. So there's an article about it. I just read through all of it, picked out the information I needed to use and to tell the story, and yeah. So there is that. Very wonderful. If you want to, you can watch like some videos on it, and you can read all of it. You can see pictures. Really great if you want to learn more about it. That's just the story of my understanding. But yeah, I thought it was an interesting story, and I enjoyed reading it. And yeah, well, anyways, I'm gonna go now, and you guys have a nice day.